All right, let's talk about the DBT Analytics Engineering Certification. We're going to put your knowledge to the test today, looking at the kind of real-world best practices questions that really show you know your stuff. So let's just dive right in.
So, you've been in the trenches. You're building models, you're running your DBT projects, but the big question is, are you really ready for the certification exam? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's see how you do with a few questions that are just like the real deal.
Okay, first up, let's talk about refactoring. You know what I'm talking about. We've all inherited that one giant 1,000-line SQL file that's just a nightmare to debug. A clean project is a happy project, right? So let's tackle our first challenge.
Okay, take a good look at these options. You've got this monster model. What is the DBT way to break it apart? Are you splitting up files? Are you just using CTEs? Think about what makes DBT, well, DBT. Modularity, maintainability, that's the name of the game. I'll give you a second to think it over.
And the correct answer is A. If you picked A, you absolutely nailed it. Splitting your models into separate files and then stitching them back together with the ref function is the gold standard. No question about it.
So why is this so important? Well, that ref function is the magic sauce. It's what lets DBT build its lineage graph and understand all the dependencies. If you go with option B and hard-code table names, you throw all of that power right out the window. CTEs, option C, might make your code look a little cleaner, but you still have one giant file. And separate projects? That's just bringing a bazooka to a knife fight. Way too much complexity for this problem. A is the clear winner.
All right, on to question 2. CI/CD. In the data world, time is money, and running every single model in test on every single commit is just slow and expensive. We've got to be smarter about it. Let's see how you'd handle this.
Okay, this one's all about the nitty-gritty syntax. So picture this. You just changed a staging model. You need to tell DBT, hey, test the thing I just changed and test everything that might break because of my change. Pay very close attention to those little symbols after state.modified. Which one does exactly what we need?
And the correct answer is A again. That little plus sign in state modified plus is your absolute best friend when it comes to building a smart and safe CI/CD pipeline.
Here's the deal. That plus is what tells DBT to follow the dependency graph downstream. Without it, like an option B, you're only testing the model you touched. You could break a critical dashboard and you'd have no idea until it's too late. That plus sign gives you the perfect combo of comprehensive testing without being wasteful. It's all about safety and speed.
And for our last question, let's talk about something every single data person on the planet has struggled with: performance. When a model is just crawling along, what's your first move to make it fly?
So you've got this slow, incremental model. It's becoming a real bottleneck. Your job is to speed it up. What's your first instinct? Do you start messing with the infrastructure? Do you change how the model is built? Or do you roll up your sleeves and get into the code itself? What is the most likely fix here?
And the answer is B. Get in there and look at the code first. This really gets to the heart of what analytics engineering is all about.
You know, it is so tempting to just throw more compute at a problem or change some configs. But 9 times out of 10, the real problem and the biggest opportunity for a win is inefficient SQL. A poorly written join or filtering data way too late in the process is almost always the culprit. In fact, look at A and D. Those would actually make your runtimes worse, not better.
So, how did you do? Did you go 3 for 3? Even if you missed 1 or 2, the key takeaway is this. The DBT certification isn't about memorizing commands. It's about understanding the why behind the best practices. It's about applying that knowledge to real-world problems. So what's the best way to get that deep, practical understanding?
Well, this is where studying smarter, not just harder, really comes into play. And I want to introduce you to a tool that was built from the ground up for exactly this kind of deep, applied learning. It's called Flash Genius. Now, if you look at how most people prep for these exams, the tools are kind of basic. You get a big bucket of questions, and that's about it. Flash Genius is just built on a totally different premise. It uses AI to create a personalized learning path for you. It has an AI-powered review that doesn't just say wrong, it tells you why you're wrong. It even has a database of common mistakes that trip people up so you can avoid them. It's intelligent prep, not just endless practice.
So what does that actually mean for you when you're studying? That AI-guided path means you stop wasting time on concepts you've already mastered. The smart review helps you build that deep intuition we were talking about, and learning from common mistakes, that's like getting a cheat sheet for the exam's trickiest questions.
It's all about making every single minute you spend studying as effective as it can possibly be.
And really, it all boils down to this simple idea. The goal isn't just about passing a test and getting a certificate to hang on your wall. It's about building the fundamental skills that will make you a better, more effective, more valuable analytics engineer for the rest of your career.
At the end of the day, getting certified is an awesome milestone, but the real destination is mastery. So the question I'll leave you with is this: are you just practicing, or are you preparing to be one of the best in your field? If you're ready to really prepare, go check out the free trial for Flash Genius. See what a difference a smarter way to study can make. Thanks for joining me.